Good morning. This is your continuing education for radio operations. We have a new radio in Ambulance 3. It's a little bit confusing, and there's a lot more to it than the old radio, so I'm going to do a brief demonstration on how to use its functions. So the radio is on. There is also a separate police radio now. I'm not going to use this at all. You can figure that out on your own if you want to. But that is off. You can't get to any PD channels in here. You have to use that. So let's dive into the radio. See, it says dispatch here, so you have scan banks. These up and down buttons scroll between your banks. So your V calls, the Upper Valley, VTAC channels, if you want to talk to the fire people, and your hospitals. Dartmouth is in there, Gifford, Copley, I think Rutland is in there. There it is, Rutland Regional Medical Center. For whatever reason, it's a little bit confusing. The dealer has added Lamoille Dispatch under hospitals. So if you're under hospitals and you see Lamoille, you can talk to Lamoille Dispatch. And likewise, if you're under dispatch and you scroll to channel 5, CVH is there. So for whatever reason, you can get a hospital, our hospital, under the dispatch bank. And if you happen to be in the hospital channels talking to UVM, you can scroll over one and get to Lamoille. So those are the banks. So I'm going to go back to dispatch. And one thing to note is that this home button does not bring you back to your original channel. You have to manually do this. There's 17 of them. You have to manually go back. There's no preset for Lamoille. The only thing that this home button does is gets you back to this screen when you're in the menu. There's really no reason to use the menu function, but I'll show you what's in there. Menu. You can use these soft keys to scroll. You could press this menu button and get back. I'm sorry, this home button gets you back out of the menu. That's the only thing this home button works for. Theoretically, they're not programmed, but you could go into the calls and you can make an individual call to an individual ambulance. That has to be preset by the dealer. They have to put that particular radio's number, however they do it, in there, and you could hit next. It's not going to let me. And you could theoretically take this radio and talk to just ambulance 2 if you wanted to, and then nobody else could hear you. You could be communicating them just like with a cell phone. But that function's not operational. 1, because this is the only radio like this we have so far, and 2, the dealer did not program them into here. That's more of a police, I think, function. I think these radios are for highway departments and police that have a lot more channels and communications than we do. So let's go back, and this is your scan bank, but there's a soft key here that says scan, so you don't have to go in and mess with that. You could change the LED brightness under utility if you wanted to. There it is, brightness, and adjust your clock. But like I said, there's really no reason to go into menu, so we'll press this home button, which gets out of it. Okay, let's talk about scan. See the circle? Scan is on, scan is off. When scan is off, you can scroll through your channels and manually add and delete which ones you want to be in your scan bank. See the chevrons there? If those are not there, you are not in the scan bank. So scroll through, add each one as you see fit. I have capital S, Lamoille, Mad River. I guess you could put CVH in here if you wanted to, but it's really up to you. There's no reason for all these other ones to be in your scan bank, unless for whatever reason you're going out to that area and you want to add it, then you can do so. Delete add button. Delete add.
Say a command.
Exit. I'm not even going to get to that thing. Anyways, this is simple. It's your volume. Like I said, this just scrolls through your channels. These don't do anything because we don't have multiple heads. You could theoretically go into more than one scan bank. So you could scan more than one bank at a time. Like you could listen to all the hospital channels and all the dispatch channels by activating both heads at the same time, but this only has one receiver, so that's not up. So you don't really have to worry about this. You don't really have to worry about these. You don't really have to worry about anything in the menu. You just have to know how to go to scan and then delete and add buttons, scroll through your banks, hospitals, and then to get back to your original channel if you want to. You have to manually do it. There are 3 presets. 1 is for Mad River, 2 is for CVH, or B rather, and the 3rd one is Hanover Dispatch, UVCOM. Don't be confused. That's not UVM Medical Center. That's Hanover Dispatch. You can press it again to get back to where you were before. The last thing that this radio has is a intercom function. It won't work unless the radio in the back also has the intercom function turned on. So both radios have to say intercom. You won't transmit to Lamoille. See, I'll press the button. Nothing red shows up. You're not transmitting. So if the radio up here and the radio back there both have the intercom lit up, then you could talk to each other. That's the basics. Hope that helped.